Greetings, this is Bloodrill and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. Alright, let's see what this door... It seems like a fighting area. Or maybe not. Or maybe yes. Yovara, a column of Hydra rises above you, stoic and silent. Yeah, okay. The flame seems to...
Hello, old friend. The ages have been kind to you, I hope.
She's marked. She either wasn't before and didn't notice it. I think she wasn't.
You are so different now from who you were then, yet much remains the same. Old troubles with a new face. What is it that has brought you here?
It will seem that I have unfinished business here.
I'd hoped after our last discussion you would find what you sought. Has it eluded you all this time?
Apparently so.
I can only guess your presence here has something to do with Theos. The energy of this place changes when he is near. I don't know what he has done, but I do know of the souls that pass through here now. They do not come by choice.
Theos diverted them from the cycle. He seeks to empower Oedica and to blame Animancy for the damage he's caused.
After all this time, he would still stand against the tide.
You knew me when Theos did. There is something I need to know about that time.
I will tell you what I remember.
There is something about that lifetime my soul can't let go of. I need to know what it is, and I'm running out of time. I see moments from that life, of you, of the Inquisition, of Theos.
I can see his influence, still hanging like a weight about your neck. So it always was. He had inspired something in you. We spoke of him the last time you were here also.
How many times I've been here?
Trial. You were agitated. I think because you started to consider that what I was teaching may have been true.
And what was that? Yovara's mouth tightens and her brow furrows, a look of pity. Her eyes shift back and forth between each of yours, as if looking for something that would help her decide whether to speak.
That the gods aren't real.
Okay, what does that mean, since they seem to be everywhere in this world? Olegina throws her head back and laughs gleefully. Of course not, it all makes sense now. Can you explain to damn me, because it doesn't?
She's not serious.
Perhaps not to her. Many are those whom the gods have scorned. This is petty retribution. Nonsense!
Clearly she has not been on the receiving end of a god's ire. She'd know how real the gods can be.
What I taught was that the gods whose faith we had been spreading were not gods at all, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
Who created these gods and for what?
They were conceived by Engwith, a society of high minds and broad concerns. Theos's people. In their time, every people worshipped its own gods. Sometimes they warred over it. After a few wars of their own, the Engwithans sought an end to it. They devoted all their energy to finding the true creators. Generation after generation, they prodded and worked the stitching of the world and unlocked its secrets. One day, they found an answer. Except the answer was no answer at all. There were no gods to be found. Or if there ever were, they were gone. It shook them, this finding. If they could discover this on their own, how long until others would? How long before war and chaos reigned over a world without consequence? But they had mastered many things in their pursuit of these answers. And with their mastery, they crafted their own gods to fill the void.
Pretty cool.
And sent missionaries to the corners of the world to spread their faith.
The story that is not the creation of the gods. How did you discover this?
The Enguithan missionaries all knew it, but they never told the rest of us. They meant it to be a secret that died with them. And in the end, they allowed their bloodlines to fade from memory. I had been assigned to join a few of them at a temple. I found the door to their chambers closed, but the room was stone and the door thin. Their voices carried. I heard enough. I investigated the things they spoke of, and everything was there, just as they said it'd be.
Later on, after I left the Order, a few Enguithans found my words persuasive and joined my cause. They revealed what I did not already know. This is why you started your own faith.
I never thought of it as faith, but I think you are right to call it that. Let the world see. Let them decide what to do. That was my faith. I became a missionary because the gods brought me hope that I wanted to bring to others. For a time, the truth sent me to a dark place. Then the day came when I realized nothing had changed, that I still had a purpose, and the purpose was the same and it was worth living for.
Very nice.
I began questioning the other missionaries in public, exposing their parlor tricks. In time, their following became mine.
Is it true what you thought?
You asked me this once before. Nothing I can say would be any proof, and it may be certainty your soul craves. Resolution. But if you are bound for the same place Theos directs these souls, you will see for yourself, as you once did. Everyone faces this truth at one time or another. Few confront it. Few have the stomach to ask what if. And in avoiding the question, they deny themselves an identity of their own.
Yovara scans her audience in silence, her eyes thoughtful, lingering on each member of your company, in turn, finding interest in things unseen.
What if all the tragedy, all the persecution, came in defense of an imposter?
Says to Eder.
But that's not... That can't be right. Aethys, he's done miracles for people.
The power of the gods is undeniable. The truth of the story they weave is not. What if it were forbidden knowledge rather than fault that earned your doom? What of your guilt?
Says to Durance.
I have seen with my own eyes the deceptions of my goddess. The Watcher has shown me as much. But it was not until now that I understood how truly desperate she was. The depths of her deception.
You speak of her deceptions, but what of your own? Was it her words that led you down your path? Or was it the absence of her words? A gap that you filled with your own broken thoughts?
Beads of sweat coalesce on Duran's forehead and trickle down the sides of his face in streaming rivulets, as though he were a block of ice standing before a great pyre.
What if neither guide knew the way? How then would you choose a course?
Says that to Hiravias. If neither knew the way, any student of Wild knows that your question is irrelevant. Regardless of if they are wise or not, the gods cannot give you lasting wisdom. They can only inspire you to find wisdom in your own time.
What if even mastery over all things cannot answer the most basic of questions?
She says to Pallegina, and I'm watering now. About her race. I stopped asking those questions long ago. It is enough to care for those we love, with the time we have in this life.
What if the cycle of birth and death is nothing more than a tool of endless preoccupation?
The grieving mother returns Yovara's gaze, nodding her head almost imperceptibly. For a moment, all is silent. Yovara nods back, seemingly moved by someone's spoken understanding. You feel the weight of Iovara's translucent eyes upon your soul. What if we can be assured of nothing? Then the only value is the things we create ourselves. Well, of course. And others. I mean, maybe he means humanity. Sure, why not? Pallegina notes in approval. Verus, we find purpose in ourselves and in the people in our lives.
And in the lives we create, is this not the essence of motherhood? To create, cherish, nurture, to give of yourself for the sake of another. There is bliss to be found in the things we create, but sorrow as well. Every creation bears the imperfections of its creator, and its creator's creator. Art and song are creations, but so are weapons and lies. We must be careful that our creations do not consume us. I ask these things not to trouble you, but to show why they must be confronted. No answer is simple. But somewhere between them all lies a truth so beautiful, not even a god could conceive it. Do we not owe ourselves a chance to find our part in it?
Why would you say that second one? What? Sure.
If that is truly what you believe, then you are a far different person than the one I knew.
Well, it's another soul, it's the same soul, another person actually, so yeah.
I've been alone here with my thoughts for so long now. I've found peace with my failures, and with my punishment. I no longer curse fate for what might have been. But there is one thing that has clawed and scraped at my mind.
Why did you betray me, she would say.
One thing that will not be put to rest until I know. Until I understand.
For the first time, hints of doubt trace her serene visage.
I need to know why you chose to remain with the Inquisition.
Yep.
Even after you'd learned
No,
the
I do not
truth.
remember.
Do you remember?
Sorry, there are no assurances. I don't remember. There is no choice. I wouldn't do that. Or any of those. Iovara looks at you with a face of one condemned. Her mouth moves but she speaks no words. Her eyes glaze, focused no longer on you but on some invisible, crushing vision before her. Did my opinion matter so much to you?
You were more than a friend. You were the only person I trusted. I always believed in your judgment. Never have I felt so confident in my beliefs as the day you arrived in my camp. You had heard both sides, seen everything. If not you, then who?
Yep. You are never going to be able to convince everyone of anything, true or not. There will always be dissent. There will always be dissent, yes, that makes more sense.
I expected dissent, but I needed to know that true faith would prevail. Perhaps I've been wrong to place so much importance on one person's actions. It was all I could do to feel like there was an answer. You denied me a chance to know your reasons. Yet even if you hadn't, some part of me would always know it didn't truly answer what I wished to know, nor will an eternity of silent contemplation.
What?
I have only my guesses and suspicions.
That's not what I wanted to say, but it didn't give any... I guess I could put the... I just did it. That's not an answer. I was afraid it was also kind of a crappy answer.
And what of your understanding of our past? Are you at ease with the choice you made?
It wasn't me who made that choice. This is pretty true actually. We have the same soul, but if I don't have the memories, was it me? No. But this is, I don't know, too philosophical. Should you get a portion of responsibility for your previous actions when you don't actually remember them? no matter how heinous or whatever. No.
At first I thought this might be the source of your soul's anguish, but now I see I was mistaken. You are not divided on this matter. You have put it behind you. It is with Theos that your agony lies, in sun and shadow. Your questions are not for me, but for him. And it may be that only an answer from the mouth of Theos himself will satisfy your needs. Yet if there is anything I can tell you that would be of use, ask and you shall know.
Are you bound here until the end of time?
In a matter of speaking. This is Breath Yamen, the court of the penitents. Souls are confined here until they repent. They must beg the forgiveness of a god,
but there are no
pledge their
goods.
soul to them, and they will be lifted from this place to the world above. In truth, they receive leniency, but not true mercy. The spite of Woodica is eternal. They linger above, at the site of the old court, and are not permitted to leave the island, forever severed from the cycle. This prison was full once in the days of the Inquisition, but time weathers all things, even will. I'm the only tenant who remains. Yet, I feel their presence strongly now, as it was in the beginning. You have brought many of them here. They cry out for the judgment of Theos. You have struck some bargain with the gods, then.
I'm using the gods to further my own. Nah. Other gods aid me because they want Theos destroyed. I owe them no debt.
They aid you because they would bend you to their own purposes. Engwith built gods from ideals, and an ideal on its own is a grotesque and vicious thing. But these souls, these forgiven the gods have bequeathed you like chattel. They were loyal followers in life. They will be with you to the very end.
Why would you repent? Since there are no gods.
Last time someone asked me that, I was bound to an iron wheel with a broken spine. There are many things I've come to doubt about the choices I made in life, but that trial was my one moment of certainty, even without a chorus of gods to tell me I had been right. The gods need to be reminded that we have a spirit, and that spirit is proof against their power. They have the power to manipulate and confuse and ruin us, but not to change our will. I will remain here until the world crumbles and fades from existence, with joy in my heart, knowing I've shown them what they truly are.
This place, Sun and Shadow, what is it? I could tell you what I believe, but again it will be no proof. I have only what I have seen and what others have told me about it. There is only one man who can tell you now. Alright. How is it you speak Idiran? I speak no language now, but the wordless expressions of the spirit. It is through my connection to you that I am able to draw upon your words and form them as my own. Okay, do you know what I need from Theos?
I could not say for sure. But you have been to Sun and Shadow before, and it came at a crossroads in your life, when much of what you knew had been upended. I have to believe it will come to you there. Your concerns then were of loyalty and trust and the gods. Everything I told you seemed to send you further into doubt. His words mattered to you when you knew him then. After you and I spoke, you went immediately to seek him out. Perhaps you simply sought confirmation from the man you trusted. If something from that time still troubles you, it may be something he told you then, or refused to tell you. He keeps secrets better than any in this world.
Why has Theos done all this?
He cares only for the secret he keeps locked away. He destroys anyone who might discover it, no matter their chances. That's why he's always favored Woodica. It isn't in her love of promises or justice. It's her disregard for the rules. Her willingness to do what is necessary. To Theos, she's not a deity, but an ally with which to conspire. When her power waxes, she does as she pleases with this realm, as well as hers. and she wants that secret guarded as much as he.
Interesting.
If Theos succeeds, there will be a shift in the balance of power among the gods. Woodica was vanquished once when the other gods decided she had gone too far and her power diminished. With this infusion, there is no telling what she will do. The only certainty is that there will be chaos in their realm, as well as ours.
How can I get Theos to tell me what I need to know?
You will not find a more resolute being on all of Eora. There is no offer you could make, nor spell you could cast, nor pain you could inflict that would make him reveal what he hides. But I see you have become a watcher in this life. Perhaps in defeat, when he can no longer defend himself, you might learn something from him.
Alright, it's time for me to go.
Theos will not wait for you. If you do not catch up to him now, you may never find him again.
I don't care about the gods. No. And no.
If I repent, all I have done has meant nothing.
Alright then. I don't want to pressure you on that. It's your option.
It was good to see you again one last time, old friend. I thought I'd seen my last friendly face long ago. If ever we should meet again, in this life or any other, I hope to find you at peace.
That was pretty good. She was a pretty good character for someone you saw very briefly. Anyway, I will end this episode here and go, I guess, talk with Theos and deal with him one and for all. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I will see you next time.